Okay, we've got Brutus loaded out, Robin loaded the last of the logs, and loaded out Brutus, brought the dozer over here. Here's what the yard looks like. So we're gonna head back here and put this soil back, because it is soft here in this property. Howdy peeps, it's the 21st of October. Today we are finishing the job up here. There's two little patches up there. Big Mama and Big Daddy, Derek and Roger worked on their tract, and then me and Chris and Robin, we worked on this other tract. And they're small tracks. We knocked them out in a couple days or so, 3 or 4 days or something like that. They lingered on because of all the slowdowns and stuff like that. But anyways, we got them done, and everybody's went all over the place. Trucks are getting scattered everywhere right now, and we're all getting scattered everywhere right now. And we're trying to put the finishing touches on this. Now, I pulled a dozer from Big Daddy's job up to my job because I couldn't get it finished good enough with the skidder. It just wasn't going to happen. So we're gonna pull the dozer up here and get this job finished, and then I'm gonna jump on the low boy and head back down to Big Daddy's job and do the finish work for him, because he had to buzz out and look at a patch of timber. Big Meat had to jump in Roger's truck and head back. He had to go do something today, and Robin's using the possum belly to move stuff back and forth with it, and then Robin will take Big Meat's truck into seating anyways, because his truck has radiator issues. So let's get in there and see if we can get this finish work done and see if I don't screw it up, because I'm no dozer man, I promise you. Been doing it for years. In a start, he's got 3 kids. They are a sweetheart of a family, so I want to do this right by him. I want to get this done right. And we was hard on their property crossing. It is just soft. And of course, he's not one of these turd buckets that ain't used to people working, so he knows that you're dealing with stuff. But on the same token, you don't take advantage of somebody's good graces. So if they're nice enough to let us do all this, we're gonna put it back just right and try to improve the place just a little. And these sides, when you're on a hillside, we made some cut and fill with the din, where you cut on the top side and fill on the bottom side to level your rig out. But when you get done, you got to push your shoulders in. And that's what I'm going to kind of do here. And I get the dirt up high, and then I'll float it back down when I come through finishing with the dozer. Then it'll float back down to where it goes. So you can get your dirt up a little higher than it goes. And they'll always slide back down to the low areas. Soft here. He said this area down here, he said it dews up on you right after dark. He said it practically rains every night down here. It dews so heavy. And he said if you go to mow your grass on a Saturday, he said you gotta wait till 1 o'clock in the afternoon to mow grass, because it'll take that long to cook the dew off of this. And the dew's heavy down here. And they got persimmon trees growing this property like none other. And they got walnuts that bear like crazy. And he's got some Kentucky coffee grows down there in the bottom. It's just an odd piece of property. I told him, I said, it's just odd here. It's so wet and spongy. And there's sandstone underneath it. And I don't know if that's got to do with the water in this thing. It grows good timber. The idea is not to get such a bite you spin, because you don't want to spin up the sod he's got. I'll move this a little bit up, and I'll back up and get the bite down where I wanted it. I didn't go low enough because I was going to spin if I did. nuts are sticky, it won't roll off the blade. But there's what it looks like when I get done with it on the bottom side. Back down here a little farther. Up here I had to shovel down because I couldn't get up with the skidder. That took some time. Brutus is not the quickest at tracking, so he had to mope around back and forth up there to get the tree slid down here where where Chris can get him. And there ain't, all the leaves are not off the road here, but probably gonna put a water break in here somewhere. This guy got a 4x side by side. Look, we got stuck around that maple tree and chewed it up. No, this is solid enough. I ain't gonna put a water bar here. Mud spot. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just blend it in, I guess, and walk it down. That's all I can think to do with it. I mean, it's just a big pile of nothing. Just make it flat, I guess, and hope it settles out. Chris did a good job taking care of that persimmon tree. Look at that. Good job, Bubba. Start telling how much time that tree bought us up. Slowing down and go around it, but it needed took care of. I didn't care if he skinned it just a little bit. It's just a persimmon. But, you know, just as long as it don't affect. What did I run over? Stump right there in the middle. Just as long as it don't affect the food value of it, you know. But he did a great job taking care of it. Spots to finish. Now I'm gonna go down one tread width and intend to float the blade out. Let me try that. God, it's soft. I think that did the trick. What y'all think? I think that'll work. I'm gonna stay off of it. Here's where we had our bench road. Now I'm gonna walk them clods down the tracks. There's how it turned out. Turned out quite nicely. But you roll that dirt up. I forgot to turn the camera on when I started in on this, but you roll that dirt up. Once you get it up, you get behind it with the dozer and you just roll it down into the flat, and then it just kind of rolls into place. It don't take you just a minute. Man, I just busted right through here. That wasn't a problem at all. But you gotta put your dirt up there loose. You gotta put your dirt up above where you want it to go, just by a hair. And then when you come down and blasting it down, it all falls into place through gravity. bit. Might be a little bit of a bald spot here for a little bit, but it'll come out of it. And next year when they come in here to mow the grass, it'll feel a lot better to them mowing. It'll lay better. Oh yeah, man, I like this. This turned out nice. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but boy, it sure turned out smooth. And this is the type of stuff you do for people, man. It makes a good impression right off the bat. And you don't leave a sour taste in their mouth and they go back there and check out anything you done back in the woods. You're already started off on the right foot. Of course, I shot the bull with him for a while yesterday evening. I like old boy. I like that guy. He's a good man. They got a sweet little family. Had to work their butt off to have kids. They had a little trouble having kids. He said, man, these people that has kids and don't appreciate them or don't appreciate getting pregnant and stuff, he said, that just drives me nuts. He said, we worked our butts off to have kids. And now they got the sweetest little family, got 3 kids. And even spaced. I think the daughter's 15 and they got a son that's 8 and then another little girl that's a little baby right now. So I mean, they got the sweetest little bunch there was. Well, we're about down here on the very bottom. We put the slickums on everything. Well, got a chunk I'm running over. What is it? Something's killing my blade here. It's that chunk right there. Problem is when you're feathering it in on the bottom, you want to be right when you feather it in because you can't hardly pull dirt back uphill. Oh. You gotta watch Robin. He's a damn... He'll freaking throw his back out. He has no stop in him until he done butchers himself up. Got too much go in him. He said, well, I'm getting older and I gotta slow down, but he said it's hard to. He ain't never been a slow down type of guy. Well, all right. Big meat back in with the possum belly right there. And we'll load the dozer right up on it and be out of here. But there's how she turned out. It looks good.
You think the same thing I was thinking?
Yep. Yep.
Jackknife that little son.
Yeah.
Possum belly and run right on.
Good thinking, Robin.
I don't know if it's good thinking or not. It was Derek's idea.
Yeah. All right.
Yet either.
Yeah.
You know, to where it might be pumped.
Yeah. Once it fills it up, it should level itself out. Boy, it's turned out good.
In theory, at least.
Good thinking, Bubba. I thought, you know what? I ain't gonna say a word. Let him figure it out. You know what I mean? Because you come up with a different plan than I had. It was better than I had.
Set my tracks right like this. I'm loading everything except these pads.
It's better to do it on the ground than it is sitting on that damn low boy.
Yep. And I'll have to load these from the low boy.
Yeah. But that's a lot less to load then.
But these here's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Them things are just, it was an idea. We was broke as a joke when we done that.
Great right here.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
But there just ain't nothing left of them. I mean, they're made out of beer cans. I'll let you drive on. I just had it thrown in the back. It don't actually go in there.
Okay. Hey, I'm just gonna throw it in the back.
Yeah, I gotta clean that out back there anyways. Back over here on Mama's job. And Derek and Roger and Robin is heading over to load out all the junk and then put the dent in on Derek's trailer. And they'll bring the junk over here
and then Robin will run back over and get the green skidder, and then our job will be all loaded out. Mama has, it'd take 2 trucks to clean this up. It's all oak and stuff, so it'll be heavy. Take her 2 trucks to clean this up, and then we'll have to have a 3rd truck for all the junk. And then we can start packing her job up. We got rain coming Sunday, and today is Thursday evening, so we got plenty of time. And we cannot log this weekend. I have got to get some parts ordered, I've got to get some things squared away, and we got to look in the manuals for a few knick-knack jobs that we got to do. I got to see how the rear end's designed on that skidder, and I got to see how the hydraulic system return is done on that boom. She's got a light coming on, and something ain't right with the hydraulic filter head in there. So, amongst a bunch of other knickknacks, and I got to change oil and patty, and Robin's semi's got a bad antifreeze leak they got to fix, and Chris's truck needs hauled to Sternberg's because they put that reman motor in it, and it's got some kind of diesel leak that's under warranty. It's just we got a bunch of knickknacks put together, but we got to get this. Oh, and we got a bunch of maple lumber to deliver, so we got to get that done by this weekend. So we got a busy couple days that don't have a lot to do with logging, just clean this shit up and get ready for the next job. But I gotta push her chunks off and try to keep as much soil out of it as I can, because they're gonna cut up firewood. Whoop! You gotta watch not roll something over the blade. If you roll it over the blade, it gets down the gizmo in there, and it's hard on the dozer. We lost all our trucks because the lumber people called and they started there wanting their lumber. And that maple was PO'd, the purchase order on that maple was done for this week. So Joni said, you'll be lucky if all of you ain't hauling lumber tomorrow. Which we can't haul. I don't think we got enough trailers for everybody. I guess we could with log trailers. But, and we got a daggone auction coming up next week, I think. We gotta go, me and Big Daddy's gotta go look at a few flatbeds and some log trailers for that auction that might come up for sale. Cheap enough we can buy it. So all that stuff's gotta be done. We need another log trailer and 1 or 2 flatbeds. And I need a big skidder. Not bad, it's not a need, it's a want more. And a wheel loader. And a couple fork trucks. Oh. So anyways, let me get to pushing. See where we get on this job. Turn the boom around. I forgot to record any of it. Grapple brake ain't working that good. It's working, it just ain't got much bite to it. Well, I'm a little bit rusty. Bear with me here. So we moved the boom over here so he could clean up the mess underneath it, so we don't have that yet to do. With a trailer mount boom, that's just something, you know, it's a process. Every time you move it, it's a process. Although this is a nice trailer mount boom as far as being easier to move, but still. These logs out of here so he can clean up that sawdust in the dozer.
I seen an Amish kid over here that was needing a backpack, so you're shallow up.
He is acting Amish. So he can get free
Put the Amish snooker on me. Made me feel sorry for him.
Oh. Boy, they're holding up. We've been using them. I think you can get them 16 footers on the bottom, and that's a damn that's a damn 20 footer on top. I hate these things, these son of a bucks. I made these a long time ago and they ain't worth a hoot. We had leftover guardrail stuff, so I just made mats out of them, and them ain't worth a hoot. I don't like them. son of a... Junk son of a bitches. You dodge.
Before I wind this down, there's something I gotta say. When I unloaded the stuff off that lowboy, and I think when I unloaded the rack, something happened and I put a dent in the air tank on the trailer, popped a hole in it. Now, Howdy is not up on these jobs because they're such small jobs, and I was doing on my spare time some mechanicing back at the mill. So Howdy stayed back at the mill through this project. We have no welder on the job. So we're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? So I was trying to come up with something out of Patty to screw, like a screw or something, to put in the tank, because we have to move equipment to seating, which is not on this video because this video is getting too long. We're moving equipment to the next job and getting started on the next job to seating, or just getting it moved to the next job. Got dark on us actually. But before we left out of there, here's what I'm telling you: you always got to make friends. Possum rolls in. He's a mechanic for Moorings and Hamilton. He works for them, and he was coming back home. He'd been working up in Bedford at the shop at their yard, and he was coming on his way back home and coming past us, and all of a sudden looked up there, seen that mess down there, so he swung his Dodge in there and come check on us to say howdy. And right when I was trying to figure out what are we going to do, this is terrible, I look up and here comes Possum. You talk about a small world. Thank you so much, Possum. If you happen to watch this, I'll send you a link. I'll probably send you a link I'll probably text you a link or something, but I wish I'd have got it on video. Next time you come around, Possum, I'm getting you on video. But thank you so much. Possum let us bum his welder for a minute, welded the hole in the tank, then he headed home, and we jumped in the trucks and headed to the next job. So we're off to our next job. But it all finished out great. Everything went good. Big Daddy was fine with my dozing, which he's particular. So if you're going to please Big Daddy on dozing, you best bring your A game. But Big Daddy was happy with the dozing. We got all the equipment pulled out before the rain. And we're getting ready to get down there and start on our next job. And I don't know what we're calling it yet, so I ain't going to say. But hope everybody has a good one later on. And don't forget to smile. Bye, everybody.